Hi guys, this is Atulya and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's topic, that is how to create a compelling resume, is a pretty interesting one, very close to my heart, and something that a lot of my friends have been requesting for. And now that I've seen that my tips and tricks has helped quite a lot of them to crack the kind of interviews that they have wanted, I feel that has given me the confidence to finally come in front of the camera and talk about it. With this video, I also intend to start a series where I'll be talking about a range of topics relating to cracking your dream job. These are around resume, building your LinkedIn profile, um, preparing for the interviews, giving your best shot at the interviews, and what to do after the interviews, and all of those things. So, people who don't know me might be wondering, how am I qualified to talk about this? Honestly speaking, if there is one thing that I've done for the past 3 years religiously every day is applying for jobs. And that journey has definitely helped a lot, has taught me a lot. And I have learned all these tips and tricks during that entire course of 3 years. And I can definitely say that they have helped me with getting the best results that I have wanted. Additionally, I also come from a human resource management background, because of which I have also freelanced as a recruiter for over a year. So, with that experience, I could gain and understand the recruiter's perspective as well. So, being on both the boat, that is the job seeker and the recruiter, now I believe that I know a few things which has helped me, my friends, and I'm sure it's gonna help you as well. So, like I said, this is gonna be a series, and initially we are gonna talk about the basic concepts, and as we move down further, we'll be talking about more advanced concepts. Now, before we start, there is something which I'd like to mention. That is, when it comes to interviews, resumes, there are a lot of things which are not in our hands. And we have to be mindful of them as well. But the ones that are in our hands, let's make sure we have the best strategy and the best game plan to nail it. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so now let's start with the basics. So the very first tip is keep your resume very simple to read and visually balanced. Do not make your resume super wordy that it seems like a wall scribbled with a lot of information. Very strong resumes have very good balance in the black and white spaces. Another important thing is, if you do not have over 7 years of experience, you need not have more than one page in your resume. Yes, you heard me right. 7 years of experience, you can mention all the relevant points in just one page. Even if you have 25 or 30 years of experience, your resume should not be more than 3 pages. 3 pages is the max that you can have. If you think from a recruiter's point of view, nobody has the time or patience to go through a 7 or 8 pages resume. Yes, during my experience, I used to get resumes which had 7 pages, 8 pages, and those people hardly had 3 or 4 years of experience. Nobody wants to read another job post as your experience in your resume. Nobody has that kind of time. A recruiter essentially spends just 6 seconds on your resume. And in that 6 seconds, if he does not feel that your skills are aligned to the job post, gone. Your resume is directly trashed. So, make sure you don't have a lot of things written on your resume. Do mention in the comments. I'd love to know how many pages do you currently have in your resume, and what are the things that you're going to exclude to make it a one-page resume. Point number 2 is be strategic and have clear bifurcations or headings for each and every section in your resume. Headings like career summary, work experience, education. These 3 are a must. Now, if you are a fresher, you can include headings like internships and life projects as well. And if you have more space in your resume, you can definitely have optional sections such as accomplishments, certifications, extracurricular activities, volunteering experience, and all of them, but only if they are relevant to the position. Do not write that you got first prize in some fifth standard fancy dress competition. Nobody wants to know that. Definitely not a recruiter. Think from a recruiter's or an employer's perspective. What would they want to see in your resume? It would be the relevant skill set which the job post requires. So try and mention such types of volunteering activities or extracurricular activities if you are having those optional sections in your resume. Point number 3. This is similar to point number 1, but I'm mentioning it again. Do not write everything on the resume. Make sure that you're writing only what is relevant. Like I said, there's just 6 seconds which goes into your resume. In that 6 seconds, the recruiter needs to feel that yes, this person has experience and skill set aligned to his job position. Otherwise, it's just trashed. So if you have done multiple live projects or multiple internships, write only the ones which make sense and which are aligned to what is asked for in the job post. Resume is the very first document that the recruiter has. It's your first impression, and it has to be very focused and in a structured format so that the interviewer or the recruiter knows that you want this job and you have got that sort of a direction which would be required in this job, and that will be a win-win for you and the recruiter. Additionally, if you write everything on the resume, then you'll also miss out on the talking points when you actually get the interview call. So if you have a lot of things in your resume, your interview will not be focused. Your interviewer will ask a lot of random questions and you'll not be able to direct that interview in any way. So essentially, if you're mentioning a lot of things, you are inviting problems for yourself. Secondly, if you can include your LinkedIn URL and your other professional websites, that would be great. And you can mention everything that you have done over those places, like your LinkedIn and your personal websites. So if the recruiter has time, he will definitely go through your profiles on LinkedIn and your personal websites, and he'll get an idea as to what kind of person you are. So if you want to showcase your work, if you are a coder, say for example, you can give your GitHub ID and such things. So those are the things which would help, but do not write everything on the resume. So till now, if you liked what you saw, do press the like button. That will help the LinkedIn, the YouTube algorithm to direct this type of content to more people who might find it useful. Fourth tip. Now, a lot of you might not be doing this, but I have come across resumes which has this. Do not mention details like your complete address, your marital status, your spouse's name, your references. No, in that one page, if you make use of that one page to mention these sort of things, you'll not be able to mention what's actually relevant. And no recruiter will be interested in your personal affair, like whatever that is. How does it matter? Your space in resume is pretty limited, and make sure that you are mentioning only what is important. Each and every point in your resume should add to your candidature. Make sure your email ID and your phone number are 100% accurate. Yes, I have received resumes wherein there were just 9 digits in the phone number and the complete address was given. I don't know, was he expecting me to send a post? No, right? Make sure your email ID and phone number are 100% accurate, and do not mention unnecessary details like your address, marital status, spouse name, and such things. Fifth point, your career summary is very important, and this is probably the first piece of information that is there on the resume and that the recruiter is going to see. Make sure you write briefly in points and mention the skill set that you have, the areas that you've worked, and what you're interested in. Now, if you're intending to change your stream, mention it briefly in this section in your career summary. Why are you planning to change, and what makes you feel that you will be able to perform your best in the new stream that you want? And if you provide a genuine reason, your resume will definitely be considered. Now, these were the very basic pointers which I'd like you to keep in your mind while creating a resume. In this series, as we move down, we'll be talking about more advanced tips and tricks to create a compelling resume. And I'm sure that these are definitely gonna help you and you'll be able to crack the kind of job that you've always wanted. Now, if there is something specific that you'd like to know, please mention down in the comments. I'll definitely read it and try and make a video about it. And for more this sort of a content, do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. That will definitely help the YouTube algorithm to direct more that sort of content to you as well. And see you next time with another interesting video. I really hope that you liked it. Thank you.